KwaZulu-Natal police have rescued 3 family members who were held hostage by an armed man in Umbumbulu, south of Durban. The suspect was part of a group of 5 armed men who reportedly robbed a cellphone shop in Isipingo. After abandoning their vehicle, police chased the group on foot. One of the suspects was arrested while a second ran into a house. He then held a grandmother and her 2 grandchildren hostage for hours. They were rescued unharmed. The search for the remaining 3 suspects continues.
In the early hours of this morning, police in KwaZulu-Natal were called to assist in a hostage drama which unfolded here in this rural village of Umbumbulu, which is south of Durban. Suspects who were apparently, being sought after by police after a business robbery were able to run from the police, and one of them was able to gain entry into one of the houses in this area, holding hostage 3 family members. But to talk to us more about what transpired, I'm joined by the Brigadier J. Naika, who speaks on behalf of the South African National Police Service here in KwaZulu-Natal. Brigadier, thank you very much for your time. In terms of this hostage situation, what unfolded?
Well, as we indicated, the suspects, after the robbery, they fled into the Umbumbulu area, and they were tracked to this area by security officers from Magma Security as well as the SABC. A chase ensued and the suspects lost control of the vehicle. They got out of the vehicle and opened fire at the security officials. They fled in different directions. However, one of them was apprehended on the scene. The second one was tracked to this area where he was in a house in this area, and as police officers approached the house, he opened fire on them. They then surrounded the house and contacted the hostage negotiators because the man refused to hand himself over. The hostage, after a lengthy standoff, the hostage negotiators were able to convince the man to hand himself over. He was apprehended by police. A firearm, a 9mm pistol with 11 rounds of ammunition was seized from him. The grandmother, as well as her 2 grandchildren that were in the house, were also released. Fortunately, they were not harmed, and from what we can gather so far, the suspect had not caused any harm to them during the entire process.
In terms of the stolen items from the initial crime scene, Brigadier, have you been able to locate them?
Yes, the suspects abandoned the vehicle and fled on foot immediately when they were cornered. So they left the stolen items in the vehicle, and we are told that the crime scene experts are on their way to that scene also to establish what was taken and what was recovered on the scene. But we do not believe that they had an opportunity to take anything from the vehicle when they fled.
What can you tell us about the other 3 suspects that are still at large?
Amendment is underway. As we said, 2 people are in custody. They are being questioned by police officers, and we hope to have the other 3 in custody soon.
Thank you very much, Brigadier, for your time.
Thank you, Simpiro.
That's Brigadier J. Naika, who speaks on behalf of the South African National Police Service here in KwaZulu-Natal, saying, of course, that hostage drama was actually averted by members of the South African Police Service within the different units of SABC who were called into the scene, and they were able to apprehend the suspect, and the suspect is expected to appear in court very soon. But at the moment, the search continues for the other 3 suspects who are still at large.